Hello everyone, welcome back to our course on database design and development. In this movie we will see how we can delete data in tables using SQL statements. The syntax for SQL statement, as you can see, it's delete from table name and then from table source and where clause. Usually we see the delete clause and where clause applied. Okay, so if you want to remove data from delete state the table, we use these delete statement, but you have to make sure the warning is you have to use the where clause at all time, because if you are not willing to delete all data from a particular table, we have to apply a condition for which the data we would like to delete. Okay, so you have to use the where clause to indicate the number of rows or number of data, the amount of data that you want to delete from a table. If you want to remove the data of a particular vendor from our vendors table, you have to mention the vendor ID. And if you want to remove data from an invoice table, the invoice table in our accounts payable database, for a particular vendor you have to mention the vendor ID, so that all related invoices from a particular vendor will be removed from the table. If you omit this where clause, the entire data from the table will be removed. So you have to be very careful when you are applying. The warning is given here: if you omit the where clause, all rows in the table will be deleted. So you won't have any data if you apply without a where clause. So you can use the delete statement to delete one or more rows from the table you name in the delete clause. You specify the conditions that must be met for a row to be deleted in the where clause, and you can specify additional criteria for delete operation in the from clause if you want to apply more conditions, or if you want to derive a table from which you have to delete, you can use the from clause. You can make use of the from clause. We have three sample examples here. First one, delete statement that removes a single row from the table. So here we are mentioning the invoice ID from the invoices table. So invoice ID is a unique value, so it will remove only one row from the table. In another instance, we are going to delete using a vendor ID from the invoice table. So vendor may be having one record or more than one record. In that instance, it will be removing more than one values. So here we are going to delete the invoices of a particular vendor whose vendor ID is 37. So from vendor number 37 we have purchased 3 times, so all 3 rows will be removed. In the last example you see here, we have omitted the where clause, so you just delete and table name. So if you mention like this, it removes the entire data, whole data from the table. So it does not remove the table itself. If you want to remove a table from the database, we use drop keyword. So here delete keyword removes the data only, not the table, or database objects will not be removed. So if you want to delete a database, we use a drop keyword, drop database name. If you want to delete a table from the database, we use drop table name. Here it's not the case, it is remove the data inside the table. Okay, so we will see how we can delete data using SQL statements using our SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, I have launched SQL Server Management Studio, and now I'm going to create a new query. It is already connected to our server here, and let me delete the sample database. Delete not sample database, sample table. Okay, sample table invoice copy I'm going to delete, and invoice summary let me delete, vendors copy let me delete. Okay, we will create a sample use accounts payable API. I'm pressing F5 on the keyboard to run the query. So accounts payable has become my active database. So here I'm going to create a sample table from vendors. Okay, select all into vendors, copy from vendors. Okay, so I'm going to click on this execute. So vendors copy is created from vendors copy. So you see here there are 123 rows. Okay, so we will first apply and see how to delete whole data from the table. Okay, so here the syntax is delete from table name vendors copy. Okay, let me apply this, execute. It says 123 rows affected, which means the whole data from this table are gone. Let me show this. Select all from vendors copy. You will get the structure but no data. You see, we have the structure, no data is available. Okay, that's how we delete whole data from the table. Okay, drop vendors copy, sorry, drop table vendors copy. So the table is gone. Here you see the vendors copy. No, it's not available. I'm going to create another copy of the table. Select all into vendors copy from vendors. Okay, execute. Again we have created. Now let me show you how we can remove top 10 rows or top 10% of the table rows, like that. You might remember this top keyword. So let me show you how we can use the top keyword first. Okay, select top 10, vendor ID, vendor name from vendors, order by vendor ID. Okay, let me run this. So here we have selected top 10 rows. They are ordered by vendor ID. In the case of delete, we can't use like this. So let me show you how we can use delete keyword. Top delete top 10. You'll see the error, and later on I will correct it. Okay, from invoice copy or vendors copy. Okay, vendors copy. So if I select and run this, it will show an error because we don't mention the columns that are going to be deleted, because we can't mention the column. We have to mention the rows, and we can't include order by clause. So order by clause is missing. Let me show it, order by vendor ID, but it can't work. Okay, it will not work. Okay, fine, it will not work. So usage of order by is useless here. So what we have to do is to enclose it within a bracket. Okay, let me run this now. It is deleted, 10 rows deleted. The problem here is we don't know which rows will be deleted. Okay, we have no idea. Randomly it might delete. So that's a problem we have. Even we can now we will run these select all from vendors copy, select this and run. You see 113 rows available. Previously it was 123 rows. Now it is 113 rows. So if I go into say percent, top 10%, top 10%, and run this, 12 rows deleted. Again let me run this. Here you see another 12 rows deleted. So this is how we can use top keyword, but this deletion method is not you can't make sure which rows will be deleted. Maybe in the order of the data entered. So the first vendor is not there, up to 23 vendors are gone. So it is deleting in the order that was entered, but you can't make sure which order is going to be. Okay, so you can't predict which rows will be deleted. So if you want to be specific which rows to be deleted, you have to mention them in the where clause. So we will see how we can use where clause to delete. Okay, and now I'm going to delete the table again. Drop table vendor copy, run the command. Okay, we will see vendor copy is not there, vendors copy is not there. Again, I'm going to create a table vendors copy. Select all into vendors copy from vendors. Okay, we are creating a copy of the vendors table now. The name of the new table is vendors copy. So let me say from. Again, execute. There are 123 rows. So here, if you want to delete a specific record or records, you have to mention the records in the where clause. Okay, let me tell you that I want to delete vendor ID 1. Okay, in that instance, delete from vendors copy where vendor ID equals 1. Let me run this. One row affected. Select all from vendors. Run this. Not vendors, vendors copy. Okay. Run this. So first vendor ID 1 is not there. If you apply 2, one row gone, execute, 2 is not there. Okay, let us run with vendor ID 1, 3. Okay, so we will make not 3, we will make a vendor ID where vendor ID less than 10. Okay, let us run this. Execute. 7 rows deleted. Okay, execute. Up to 10 is gone. 10 is there because it is less than 10. If you say less than or equal to 20, 20 also is included. Okay, execute. Run this. 21 is there because 20 is also included. So this is how we specify the where clause. Let me show you another example. Select all into invoice copy from invoices. Execute. Invoice copy already available. Let me drop this first. Drop table invoice copy. Execute. It's gone. Okay, let me refresh this. So invoice copy is not there. This time we will run this. Execute. It's affected. So select all from invoice copy. Okay, there are rows, 114 rows. So in this instance, we can assign some values for rows that have more than one instance. Here vendor ID has one record, and here vendor ID is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 5, 6 are there, but we don't know which order. You will see order by vendor ID. So let's run this, and vendor ID 123. Okay, 123 lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. A lot of records. Okay, we will remove it. We'll try this. Okay, now I'm going to show you delete from invoice copy where vendor ID equals 123. Let's run this. 47 rows affected. Select all from invoice copy. Execute. You see here only 67 rows are available. All other rows have been deleted from these for the vendor ID 123. So this is how we use the delete clause. And please do more practicals, and if you have any issues, please let me know through my our WhatsApp group, or you can email me, or you can phone and ask me, or whatever means you can. Please do more practicals. Thank you so much.